This is my audience.
The 2016 election is a pivotal election. There are many controversial issues surrounding this election, but perhaps the biggest one is the selection of new members to the Supreme Court. The ideological balance of the court will be decided by the president elected November 8th and his or her ability to get Congress to give consent to justice or justices presented. The two opposing candidates that are running for president are Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump is the Republican and Hillary Clinton is the Democrat. There are other minor candidates running, but they are unlikely to win. When we elect one of these candidates, that candidate will appoint Supreme Court justices that will determine whether our Constitution is a finalized and trustworthy basis for law or a document that can be interpreted and changed by the court in very fundamental ways which could totally change our laws and culture. In order to understand what is at stake concerning the court and the Constitution, one must understand some basic political vocabulary. A constitutional conservative is someone whose values align with what our Constitution literally says and what our founding fathers intended. He does not believe that the Constitution is vague. A constitutional conservative believes that the document is written for every decade and can meet any needs of our culture without altering its original intent. When examining a law, a constitutional conservative court will veto the law if it conflicts with the original intent of the Constitution. They believe in a very structured government and believe that the Constitution is a building block for this structured government. A constitutional liberal progressive is someone who believes the complete opposite of what a conservative believes. A liberal progressive believes that the Constitution is a flexible document that serves more as a loosely constructed guideline, which may be changed by the justice's interpretation to make new laws which reflect changes in the culture. It is absolute that the new court appointed by the newly elected president will set a new course for our nation. When our next president selects our Supreme Court, he or she will select a court that will do one of two things. One, revisit newly discovered rights and privileges, such as a woman's right to privacy, as in Roe v. Wade, and in so doing, return America to its traditional values, such as the right of the unborn to life. Or, two, the court will continue to discover more new rights and privileges that allow the court to move the culture away from traditional values by interpreting the concept of marriage, the family, and government's role in the life of each citizen. An example of this is the redefinition of marriage as that of any two or more individuals regardless of their sex. Each candidate agrees with what his party's platform states. Donald Trump has promised to appoint conservative constitutional justices. Hillary Clinton has promised to appoint justices with real-life experiences. When one takes into account her possible choices, one realizes she means liberal progressive justices. Donald Trump has posted a list of 20 possible choices for his nominees. They include justices that would agree with the late Justice Scalia's views of constitutional conservatism. Secretary Clinton has not named possible choices, but Wheeler believes there are several liberal progressives that will make her list. That is what the effects of each candidate's appointees could reflect within their first 4 years. Let's just read through these together very quickly. For Trump's possible outcomes, court becomes more conservative, Roe v. Wade is overturned, Affordable Care Act is overturned, or Obamacare. The Second Amendment is upheld, traditional definition of marriage is also upheld. Secretary Clinton is court becomes more liberal, abortion upheld and strengthened, the Affordable Care Act is upheld, and redefinition of marriage is also upheld. And they weaken or eliminate the Second Amendment and First Amendment. The future of our nation is in the hands of these two candidates, but it is our job to elect the right one. That's why it is so important to understand what is at stake and then vote our conscience. When we vote, we are doing our part by helping our nation in choosing the right candidate. So in closing, it is your choice only if you vote. Do you want a Supreme Court which is a group of strict constitutionalists or a group of progressive liberals?
I think you